Why don't we get started? It looks like we have somewhat of a quorum. My name is Jessie Mahoney. I think I know most of you actually who are on so far, though not necessarily everyone. And I have to teach yoga on Zoom with my glasses on because otherwise I can't see you and the screen. So it's a little bit different as I just put them on and take them off. And just to introduce myself, I am a pediatrician. I'm also a yoga instructor, and I teach yoga just in the community and sometimes for physicians at retreats. And hopefully, maybe Mi Chang and I will still get to do our yoga retreat this summer, but we'll see what happens with coronavirus. So, but we do those, and I often teach at conferences as well. And then the other thing that I do is as a coach for physicians and as for parents. And all of those three roles actually sort of combine in the sense that they are about wellness and learning about yourself and creating a healthier and happier life. And that's what this group, the Mindful Health Collective, which is what this class today is a part of, and I just wanted to introduce that since there may be some new folks on here. And we are just a group of docs who just decided to get together. We all have training in wellness and mindfulness in some area that we're interested in, and we really wanted to share these tools and help, as we are calling it, heal the healers, and give you all some tools and some opportunities to practice mindfulness in the midst of this current chaos, but also hopefully to bring into your lives afterwards. And I know that many of you already have mindfulness practice, and then this is really just a way for us to come together in community and practice those, especially in this time when we're all so isolated in our homes. And what we're doing as part of this project, just as sort of a disclaimer, we're not giving medical advice, and you're participating at your own risk. I don't consider yoga inherently dangerous, but everyone has their own limitations, and we definitely want you to honor those. And as I have been teaching yoga on Zoom over the last month or so, it's quite difficult. I can't really see what you're doing, so this is the real opportunity for you to go inside and connect with yourself and notice what works and what doesn't work, and skip and modify anything that doesn't serve you or doesn't feel right. One of the main tenets of yoga actually is do no harm, and it lines up with medicine, but it's the tenet of ahimsa. And so I love that those two overlap. And I think we often in exercise push ourselves and potentially do harm. So one of the main things in yoga is actually to do no harm. It's a practice, and you can practice it however you like. So even though I'm teaching and leading, please just do what works for you. Listen to your body and focus on the practice. Just like in medicine, that's also a practice. And so this is a chance to really apply mindfulness as we move and as we do yoga. And I like to think of yoga as sort of a way of life and a philosophy. And I just wanted to share that as we were getting started. And one of the main things I love about it, and I hope to carry through this class, is taking the opportunity to pause and just be present. Present with yourself, present with what is. Notice what's going on around you and notice what's going on inside you. It's a chance to get to know yourself better. And so use this time as you connect with the breath and you connect with the movement to really see what's going on inside of you. It's also a chance to approach yourself with kindness. And many of us in healthcare are not that fantastic at that. We're really good at approaching others with kindness, but not as much at giving that compassion to ourselves. And we've been talking a lot in these workshops and sessions about self-compassion. And yoga is the perfect opportunity to show yourself compassion and notice where there's discomfort and breathe into that. And allow yourself to appreciate your body and what it can do as opposed to what it can't do. It's also an opportunity to find balance, and that's something that so many of us are looking forward to in our lives. And so in the moment, can you find balance between the ease and the effort in the movement? And then when you're off the mat, between the ease and the effort in your life. In this moment, I think so many of us are focused on the effort and the chaos, and yet there's also much opportunity for attending to the ease. So I encourage you to focus on that balance between effort and ease. And also the balance between rooting and stretching, and being at home and stretching yourself in other ways, and really just noticing that tension from one end to the other. And then the last thing is being intentional. And we talk a lot about intentions in yoga, and in life, I think it's very important for us to be intentional in each and every moment, not sort of in the global part of life, although that's also important, but in each moment as we practice yoga, and then also to carry all of this with you after we're finished and after you head back out into the world. So with that, let's get started. And I'm guessing that most of you have a yoga practice, but if you don't, I will try to cue as best I can. And anything in the class can be modified. Just do what works for you. We're going to start seated, and you can sit up on a bolster, on a block, on a blanket, or just on the mat if you have one. If you are tight and your hips, your knees pop up above your knees, do try to find something to sit on just to lift yourself up so that you can ground your hips into the earth. And so as you do that, just begin to notice. Begin to allow yourself to land here in this moment. Allow yourself to pause and be present. Closing your eyes if you're comfortable. Hands on your thighs. Your hands can face down if you wish to feel more grounded, or face up if you wish to feel more open and energetic. And allow your body to just settle here in this moment. Begin to connect with your breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Notice the air coming in through your nostrils, heading into the upper chest, and letting it out. With each breath, lengthen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Notice your chest rise and fall with each breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring both hands to your belly. Notice on the inhale how your belly rises and how on the exhale it falls. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your hands to your outer ribs, and you can wrap them around the sides. Continue breathing in and breathing out. Notice your ribs splay out and upward with the inhale. And decompress with the exhale. Bring your hands up to your clavicles and just bring your fingers into that space. Continue to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Notice them rise and fall with each breath. And then bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. Continue to breathe and try to balance the breath. Match the inhale to the exhale. Notice your heart beat under your hand. And take a moment to connect with everything that's right in the world right now. Connect with your capacity to love others, to care for others, and also to care for yourself. Bring your hands back to your thighs and just pause there for a moment. And I wanted to read a passage which is called Here and There. If you take the T away from the word there, you get the word here. Here and there are really similar to the I, and yet they are so extremely far apart in reality. As a culture, we are taught to strive for there. When I get there, all my problems will be solved and life will be so much better. But every time we get there, it is like the proverbial carrot dangling in front of us. There is always a new there to get to. If we are always trying to get there and not dropping down into here while getting there, we are out ahead of ourselves and missing the joy of living in the here. Being here has to be practiced every day. We can't get here if you are always practicing getting there. In the rush and tumble of everyday life, drop the T as many times as you can and get to here. Because at the end of our lives, we will finally realize that there was no there. There was only ever this, here, and now. Let's bring our hands to heart center, press your palms together, elbows out, take in a big, deep, clearing breath through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. One more inhale and exhale. Bring your hands back to your sides and you can open your eyes gently and allow the light to come back in. You can move whatever you're sitting on. Sit back, cross-legged, rock side to side on your hips. Find a nice center. And we'll inhale our arms up towards the sky. Fingertips reach skyward. Inhale, reach your fingertips long. And exhale, drop your shoulders gently. Inhale, once again, reach long, tall towards the sky. Exhale, bring your right hand to the floor, palm down, bend your elbow a little bit, and reach those left fingertips over towards the right. Ground and root the left hip into the earth and stretch the whole left side body. Use the breath, inhale, and exhale, let it go. One more deep breath here. Nourish the deep bases of the lungs. Inhale, fingers up towards the sky once again. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, lower your shoulders slightly. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, drop your left hand towards the earth, palm flat. Extend the right fingertips towards the left. Root your right hip into the earth and reach long from there. Use the breath to nourish yourself. Bring oxygen to all the nooks and crannies. Use the exhale to let things go. Inhale, fingertips back up towards the sky. We'll clasp our fingers together, flip your palms up towards the sky. Do a little shimmy just to get your elbows close to your ears if you can. Inhale, reach your fingertips up long. And exhale, round your spine, suck your belly, and come into a seated cat. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, round into cat. Notice the sensations in your spine as you start to move. Inhale, reach tall, arch slightly. Exhale, round your belly. Inhale, fingers back up tall, and exhale your arms out wide, palms flat towards the side while fingertips 90 degrees point straight upward towards the sky. Inhale and exhale, drop your fingertips towards the earth. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, drop them towards the earth. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, drop them towards the earth. Bring them back up to face the sky. And then gently turn your head to face your right palm. Take a breath. Slowly bring it back to center. Turn your head towards the left. Take a breath. Bring it back to center. You can lower your arms and just shake them out. And from here, we'll come into eagle arms. So you'll bend your elbows. You're going to bring your right elbow underneath your left elbow and clasp your thumbs together. You're going to bring your elbows to shoulder height. And on the inhale, lift up an inch. And exhale, lower back to shoulder height. You should feel a nice stretch and release in the back of your shoulders. Inhale, bring oxygen and nourishment, and exhale, lower. Inhale up, and on the exhale this time, drop your head, round your spine, and lower into a curl. Take a deep breath here, and exhale. Inhale, send love and nourishment. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise back up to a seat. You can shake your arms out, and we'll switch to the other side. So left arm underneath the right, thumbs together, elbows up to shoulder height. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower an inch. Inhale, lift up just an inch. Exhale, lower. This time, inhale up and exhale, round your spine, drop your head. Notice the back opening. Breathe into it. And out. Breathe in and out. Inhale, come back up to a seat. Shake your arms out. And come back. We're going to lengthen our feet out long towards the front. Feet flexed. Move the flesh of your seat so that you're sitting nice and tall on your sit bones. Press your feet towards the front of your mat. Press your thighs down into the earth. Ground them. Reach your spine and lengthen your spine and reach your head towards the sky. Drop your fingertips behind you and tense them like kickstands, and then puff open your chest towards the front of your mat. Open your heart. Breathe in. Dandasana, staff pose. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. You can relax your legs, bend your knees slightly. Inhale your arms up towards the sky and slowly fold forward, round towards your toes. You're not stretching out your hamstrings so much, it's just opening the back side of your body, waking things up. Allow your head to drop. If your knees wish to drop lower, they can. Notice the sensations. Send kindness to the areas that are tight. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, slowly come back up to a seat, round your spine, and we'll come to meet on hands and knees. So you're going to have your hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips in a tabletop position. Flat back to start. Ground all 5 fingertips into the earth, all of your knuckles press down equally. Shins press into the earth, tops of the feet press into the earth. On the next inhale, we're going to reach up for cow pose. Sit bones reach towards the sky, crown of the head shines upward. Exhale, again, suck your belly and your navel in, round your spine, come into cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Do a few more of these on your own, moving everything. If you wish to circle your hips, you can do that. Allow yourself just to notice what feels good. Pause and be present in this moment, just with the sensations. When you're ready, come back to center, flat spine. We're going to inhale our right arm up towards the ceiling or the sky, reach high. And on the exhale, you're going to thread it between your left hand and your left knee. Bring your right ear towards the floor, bend your left elbow for thread the needle. You should notice an opening in the right upper chest. You can tense your left hand or stretch it long. And just breathe. 3 deep breaths here. Press into that left hand. Inhale, reach your right arm back skyward and lower it down to meet the floor. We'll inhale the left arm, reach skyward. Exhale between the right arm and the right knee. Bring the left ear to the floor. You can tense your right hand or reach it long, whichever is more comfortable for you. Notice a stretch in the back of the left shoulder. Breathe into it. Nourish your body. Press into your right hand. Reach your left arm skyward and lower it back towards the earth. Come back to hands and knees. And for a moment here, you're going to flip your fingers out towards the outer edge of your mat and just rock side to side, gently stretching the forearms. And then turn your fingers inwards towards your knees and rock forward and back a little bit, allowing some opening from all that computer work that most of us are doing right now. Notice the stretch. You can tip back a little bit and forward and back. And then bring your hands back to face front. We'll walk our palms forward, a handprint. Curl your toes and lift up gently to downward dog. Take a moment here and just allow yourself to settle in. Play with it a bit. You can walk the dog 1 foot and then the other. Press your heels towards the floor. Press back into your hands. Again, make sure you have equal pie shapes between all your fingers. Knuckles press into the earth, palms flat. Hips are reaching skyward. Come to stillness. Notice a spot on the floor. See if you can stop all the mind chatter and just notice right here, right now, what's here. What's right with the world right now? Breathe in deeply and let it all go. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. Come into a forward fold. Your knees can have a nice gentle bend to them if you need.
Clasp your elbows, drop your head, and just allow yourself to hang. You can widen your stance a little bit if you need to. Rock forward into your toes, back into your heels, a little to the right, a little to the left, and then find your center. Find the balance. Slowly bring your hands back towards the earth. Engage your abdomen and roll up to stand, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head will be the last to rise. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears, drop them back towards the back wall, lower them down towards the earth. Open your palms to the front. Lift all 10 toes up off the earth. Ground the four corners of your feet into the earth. Root in and then lower your toes. Lift your kneecaps up, tighten your thighs, tuck your tailbone, lengthen your spine. Heart light, shoulders down, mountain pose. What is right with the world right now? Inhale your arms up towards the sky. Clasp your thumbs together. Fingertips will splay out like this. Reach up towards the sky. You're going to tilt towards the right. Ground your left foot into the earth. Left hip tips outward a little bit. Breathe into that side body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, tip towards the left. Ground the right foot into the earth. Right hip splays outward a little bit. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, back to center. From here, you're going to twist, turn towards the right, open your right hand to the back, left hand towards the front. Inhale, fingertips back up towards the sky. Exhale towards the left this time, left hand back, right hand front. Inhale towards the sky. Exhale once again to the right. Inhale towards the sky. And exhale towards the left. Come back to center. Palms together. Bring your hands to heart. And just pause for a moment. Inhale your arms up towards the sky. Once again, palms together. Fold forward towards the earth. Into a forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale once again for a half lift. Crown of your head reaches towards the front of your mat. Spine straight. Exhale, lower. Bring your palms to the earth. Step back to plank, top of the push-up. Ground your palms into the earth. Toes connect with the earth. Root down. Breathe in. Focus on your center and your core and your strength. Notice a little bit of a shake. And then you can bend your knees, tip forward, slowly lower chaturanga towards the earth. Bring your forehead to the ground. Take your hands to the outer edges of your mat and tense them like cupcake hands, like you're trying not to squish the frosting. Press the tops of your toenails into the earth. Ground your hips into the earth. And then inhale, lift up into a low cobra. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes and press back up to hands and knees and then to downward dog. In downward dog, reach your hips skyward. Lift up on your tiptoes as high as you can. Bend your knees generously so your shins are parallel to the floor. Inhale, reach those hips skyward, straighten your knees, and then slowly lower your hips towards the earth. Your feet, heels towards the earth, sorry. Bend your left knee generously, press your right heel towards the ground. Inhale, bend your right knee, press your left heel towards the ground. Come back to center. Inhale up onto those tiptoes. Tip your heels towards the left. And notice the stretch in the right side body. You can bend your left knee a little bit to intensify it if you wish. Press both hands into the ground. Inhale, bring your heels back to center. Exhale, drop the heels to the right. Bend the right knee slightly. Notice the beautiful stretch to the left side. Inhale, heels back to center. Allow yourself a moment just to center and ground. Get your hands nice and firm into the earth, knuckles pressed down. On the inhale, reach your right foot skyward. Heel presses towards the back of the room. And then stack your hips, open them, bend your knee. Roll your right ankle out. One way and then the other. Straighten your heel towards the back of the room. And then you're going to bring your knee in between your hands. Come into a low lunge. So you're going to drop your back knee towards the earth, shin to the floor, top of the foot to the floor. And your knee is going to be above your ankle, but not in front of your ankle. So make sure you're not like this, but you bring your foot forward. Hips should be squared towards the front of the room. Hands can be to hips to start. And breathe. Notice the stretch in the left inner groin area. Breathe into it. Nourish it and let it go. Inhale your arms up towards the sky. You can clasp your thumbs together again. Splay your fingertips out like the sunshine. Inhale, reach long. And exhale, sink into it a little bit. Inhale, reach long. And exhale, sink into it. One more breath here. Bring your hands towards the earth on either side of your foot. Tuck your back toes and lift up to a high lunge. So you're going to straighten your back knee. Press your left palm into the earth and twist towards the right. Fingertips reach skyward. Back leg is straight if you can. Press from the earth towards the sky. Right hand comes back towards the floor, and you're gonna step your right foot back, come back to downward dog, hips reach skyward once again. Walk your dog out, reach the hips up towards the sky, and come to stillness. Inhale your left foot skyward this time. Open your hips, stack your hips, roll your ankle one way and then the other. Straight that foot towards the back wall, and then bring it gently between your hands. Come into Anjaneyasana or low lunge on this side. Back shin towards the earth, top of the foot presses into the earth. Slowly engage your belly. Roll up, hands to hips. Square your hips towards the front of the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale your fingertips up towards the sky, thumbs clasped together, reach long. Bring your hands towards the floor. Tuck your back toes. Lift up to a high lunge. Press your right palm into the earth and twist towards the left. Left fingertips reach towards the sky. Three breaths here. Bring your hand back towards the floor. Press your palm into the earth and step back to downward dog once again from here. From here, we're going to come to child's pose. So bend your knees, come down to the floor, toes together, knees apart. Press your hips back into the earth and walk your fingertips forward towards the front of the mat. Lower your third eye or your forehead towards the earth. And pause here. Allow yourself to go inward. Connect with what is. What is right with you? What is right with your body? What is right with your life? Two more deep breaths here. Slowly press back up to downward dog. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Widen your stance slightly. Allow your head to hang and pause. Slowly engage your core and roll up to stand. Head is the last to rise. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears, drop them towards the back of the room and lower them down. Palms open towards the front. Deep breath. Inhale your arms up towards the sky, palms together. Bring your hands to heart center once again, elbows out to the side. From here, we're going to lift up onto our tiptoes into a balanced pose. And steady yourself for a moment. Find a spot on the floor that's not moving. And slowly lower down, bending your knees inch by inch. We're going to come all the way to the floor. Press your palms together. Notice the shakes and the wobbles. Notice the place between effort and ease. Come all the way down to pause. Press your palms together once again. Take a big deep breath here. And then slowly rise back up, inch by inch. Palms pressed together as you lose your balance. And then lower your heels towards the floor. Drop your hands to your side. We're going to do tree pose here, another balance pose, since this is a time in life where we all need a lot more balance and connection than usual. So lift up your left toes, ground your left foot into the earth, root it in, and lower your toes. Right heel to your calf, you can kickstand it to your calf or to your upper thigh, just not over the knee. So below is fine, kickstand is fine, or all the way up. If you're going to bring it all the way up, press it into your inner thigh. Bring your palms together at heart center. Again, find a spot on the floor that's not moving. Go inward. And then reach your branches up towards the sky.
Bring your hands back to heart center. Keeping your knee high, bring your knee towards the front of the mat. Straight your foot towards the front and then bend it back in. Straight it once again and bend it back in. And once more, focus straight and bend back in and lower towards the earth. Shake your feet out, drop your hands, and we'll do the other side. Lift the right toes up towards the sky, lower them down, ground into the earth. Left heel to calf or inner thigh, whichever's more comfortable for you. Palms together. Focus on a spot on the floor. Find your balance. Inhale your arms up towards the sky. Reach to the sun, open your fingertips. Slowly bring your hands back to heart center. Press those palms together. Knee towards the front. Straight your foot and bend it. And straight your foot and bend it. Last one, focus forward. Bend and slowly lower it towards the earth. Shake it out. Shake your hands out. We'll bring our feet out to the side. Your feet will be parallel to the edges of the mat. Arms can reach out also. Feet should be directly under your hands approximately. Turn your left toes towards the front of the mat. Pigeon toe your back toes. Bend your front knee, come into warrior two. Your gaze will be over your left middle finger. Your heels should be in heel to heel alignment. And pause here. Spine reaches tall towards the sky. Palms reach in both directions. Feet ground into the earth. Strong. Warriors of strength in the midst of storms and chaos. Use the breath to nourish yourself. Flip that front palm over. Drop your right hand to your thigh or wrap it in your left hip crease and tilt backwards for peaceful warrior. Open the left front rib cage. One more breath here. Come back to warrior two. Straight your front knee, hips towards the back of the mat, fingertips towards the front. Reach as far forward as you can, then drop your hand, come into triangle. You can have your hand just below your knee on a block if you have it on a book or wherever it's comfortable. Right fingertips reach towards the sky. Roll open your heart. Your head, you can gaze downward or upward, whatever's more comfortable for you. Do what works for you. One more breath here. Slowly engage the right side body. Lift back up. Bend your knee into warrior two. Gaze out over the front fingertips. Straight that front knee again. We're going to turn our toes back towards the side edge of the mat. Feet parallel to the mat. Elbows are behind you, hands on your hips. Puff open your chest for a moment. Then turn your right toes towards the back edge of the mat. Pigeon toe the left toes. Bend your right knee. Arms reach out for warrior two. Gaze over the right middle finger. Strong, strong from the feet rooting into the earth. Spine stretched tall and long towards the sun and palms reach in both directions. Flip that front palm up towards the sky. Drop your hand down your left thigh or wrap it in the hip crease for peaceful warrior. 3 deep breaths. Come back to warrior 2. Straight your right knee. Left hips towards what was the front of the mat. Reach far towards the back of the mat and then drop your hand towards your shin. Come into triangle or trikonasana. Left fingertips reach skyward. Roll your heart open. Notice what's coming up. Engage the left side body. Come back up to stand. Bend the front knee. Come back to strong warrior 2. Gaze over the right middle finger. Deep breath in and let it out. Straight the right knee, toes towards the side edge of the mat once again. And then you're going to turn your toes outward like a plie, ballerina. Bend your knees, arms up for goddess pose. Cactus arms sink into the goddess pose. You're going to lift your right heel up and just pause. Lift your left heel up and pause. And for those of you who wish, lift both heels up. Notice the shake and the wibble and the wobble in the face of challenge. And then lower your heels towards the earth. Straight your knees and straight your arms. Come into star pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your hands back towards your hips, elbows towards the back wall. Open your chest. And then you can just heel toe your feet together. Shake things out, shake your hands out. And we'll come to lie on the mat. First, just stretch long. Excuse me, extend your legs. Palms open towards the sky. Notice the parts of you that are touching the floor. Back of your head, shoulder blades, your sacrum, your heels, back of your hands. Bend your knees, place your feet on the earth. Bring your heels as close to your buttocks as you can. Flip your palms over so your hands are pressing into the floor, forearms are pressing into the floor. We're gonna lift up on the inhale into bridge pose. Reach your hips skyward, press into the earth with your feet. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you to open your heart. You can either clasp your hands here, you can leave them pressing into the floor, or you can grab the outer edges of your mat, if you have one, and press your mat forward towards the front of the mat to help open your chest. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Notice how the heart relaxes and the chest falls away. Has more room to beat. Breathe into it. Two more breaths here. Energetically connect your knees in the midline. Slowly lower your hips back down towards the earth. Untuck your shoulders. And pause. Notice what feels good.
Allow it and enjoy it. Bring your right ankle to your left knee. Bring your hands to the back of your left thigh. Pick your left foot up into the air. Come into figure 4 here. You'll flex both feet. Press your right elbow into your right knee if you wish. Notice a stretch in the right outer hip. Breathe into it. Straight that left foot. Sole of the foot presses towards the ceiling. Your hamstring presses into your hands. Press the hamstring into your hands and your heel towards the sky. Then point your toe and flex your toe. And point your toe and flex your toe. One last time, point your toe upwards, skywards. Press your hamstring into your hands and then flex your toe. Bend your knee, lower your foot towards the floor. Uncross your knee, bring both feet towards the earth. Come back to center, ground your hips, notice them on the floor once again. And then lift your left ankle over your right knee. Grab your hands behind your right thigh. Pull your leg in towards you. Flex both feet to protect the knee. You can use your elbow to press on the left knee if you wish to stretch the outer thigh even more. And pause here. Breathe into it. Notice the parts that feel good. Allow yourself to enjoy it. Extend that right leg. Sole of the foot presses towards the sky. Heel presses towards the sky. Press your right hamstring into your hands. Heel press towards the sky. Point your toe. Flex your foot. Point your toe. Flex your foot. Last one, point the toe skyward. Flex your heel. And then bend the knee. Slowly lower towards the earth. Uncross your feet. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Give yourself a nice big hug. Grab the outer edges of your feet and come into happy baby. Allow yourself to play here and rock. Enjoy it. Soles of the feet towards the ceiling. You can straighten one leg if you wish, or just rock. Bring your feet back together. Slowly lower them towards the earth. Bring your feet to the outer edges of the mat. Allow your knees to knock together. And then slowly let your knees fall towards the left. Come into a gentle, easy stretch. You can raise your arms up over your head. Gentle twist. So your arms are in a cactus shape. Knees are towards the left. You wish you can gaze to the right. Bring your knees back to center and allow them to fall towards the left. Bring your knees back to center. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Just gently let your knees fall open. Press your feet together. You can bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. Breathe. Once again, notice your chest rise and fall. Take a moment to connect with what's right with the world. What's right with you this morning? When you're ready, you can lengthen your legs, bring your hands to your sides, palms open towards the sky. Come into Shavasana, final resting pose. Once again, notice what's connecting to the earth. Allow the earth to hold you, cradle you, and let yourself go completely. Allow yourself to just be. Let your body breathe for itself. Release control. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms long above you. Stretch your toes far in front of you. Take in a big, deep inhale. And let everything go. Bring your knees into your chest. Slowly roll over to your favorite side. Use your arms as a pillow to support you. And pause here. Notice how you feel. Connect with what you can bring with you today into the world. What's your intention? What's your wish for how you might want to show up for your family and for yourself? Slowly press into your hands. Come back up to a comfortable seat. Allow your sit bones to re-ground into the earth. Palms on your thighs. Lengthen your spine. Reach your head skyward. I'm going to end with a little reading. This day has never been here before and will never come again. This is the moment you have been waiting for. Quench your thirst and live like there is no tomorrow.
Sing and dance and stick your head out the window. Look around, smile, give, receive, open, and allow. Get out of the stories that don't serve you, the ones that are parading around in your head, pretending to be so important and urgent. Feel the breeze on your face. Life is happening all around and through you. Let it tingle you alive today. All of this, what we call our life. It is so fleetingly precious. I think no more than this moment in time, that's very relevant. So I encourage you to enjoy the here of today. Allow yourself some joy and love and nourishment. Bring your hands to heart center. Elbows out wide. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Take in a big deep breath. Let it go. One more deep breath in. And let it go. Thank you all for practicing with me this morning. May you have a beautiful, safe, and wonderful day. Namaste.